the
Oh,
face of
here
the
he
right,
is.
and refer to Terence by his proper name. It's Terence, not Terry.
Okay. Oh, Richard, how's it going, man? Can you hear
Good
me
man,
okay?
good. How are you?
I'm thriving, as they say, as the
I'm
people
looking
say.
well.
Obviously, of course.
We missed you, man. We missed you.
Look, I heard that I was missed at this Bellator Dublin in February. I suppose that's where we'll start with our discussion. How are you feeling at
Yeah.
the moment coming off of that one?
It's your man just employed Terence Brazier tactics and just hugged me. So it was actually very nice of him now. I just got spooned for like 2 rounds. It was grand. Come here, listen, it was. Like it was a terrible fight to watch. It was we took it on 2 weeks' notice. Look, it was what it was. There's not much to say about it. I walked out not even feeling like I was in a fight. Um, so look, it is what it is. But look, where was it? Enjoyed getting back in, but I'm not even counting that as a fight. Like my look, we everyone knows where the focus is now. Terence knows where the focus is, and to be fair to him, he's making the right noise now. Whether he sticks to that or not is a completely different story. We all know he's the hiding suit captain. Been socially distancing himself and isolating himself since fucking 2015, 2016. So we see if he comes out hiding. He's making all the right noises though.
Yeah, he is. And to be fair, I mean, that would be. Look, this is the fight that people have wanted to see for God knows how long. I mean, how long have you been in MMA at this stage? A few years. It's a fight that people want to see. But to go back to the last one,
Yeah.
were you? I mean, this is a question. It seems like we have to ask any time that you've had a loss. But like, were you fully fit going into that one?
I was no, I wasn't fit. I was fat. I was a
Sure.
salad dodger. I was a salad dodger. We all know. So no, I wasn't fully fit. Well, look, I'm not going to make excuses. Like, man, like, what's his name? George, George, isn't it? George,
Yeah,
good
George
lad,
Hardwick. Yeah.
good lad, solid opponent. Look, it was fairly apparent quite early on that I had his time of quite quickly. That he knew it. He said it himself in his post fight interviews. So he closed the distance and employed a good. What are you talking about, Terence?
I was wondering if you
Punching
could
up
see
over
the chat.
what?
I was
Punching
wondering
up
if
over
you
the
could
ring
actually
here.
see it. Yeah.
Terence, I swear to God, right? We're going to give you a lesson on smack talking first before this fight, okay? I'm the one that's going to be building this fight up. Everyone's the one that's everyone's going to be interested in it, right? But you have to pull your weight, right? So we're going to give you a lesson how to smack talk. It's actually terrible. Just Google some shit and fucking hit me with some decent slaggings. But anyway, I'll go back to George. Yeah, you just covered the distance and you just look. I wasn't fit. You just gassed me and that was it. And you just spooned me for the. I walked out. I didn't even feel like I was in a fight. I was after feeling like I was just after like I don't know doing a bit of a workout. But that's about it. But no disrespect to him. Actually, he's a nice guy, sound lad. Took his opportunity. Hope he does well. I think it's a different fight. We're fit and what have you. But look, no excuses. He just
Yeah.
employed a good strategy. I thought he was going to stand. He stood in all his previous fights, so that's why I took the fight. Was there? Yeah, if he stands, then he's getting knocked out. But look, he didn't.
Yeah,
Uh,
because before the fight, I was asking you like, oh, when are you announcing your fight for February? When are you going to fight in February? And then you announced it, and I sent you a very passive aggressive text. I was like, if you're fit, I'm looking forward to seeing you fight. It's a very rude text. But were you like because of the dropouts and everything? Obviously, Peter Queeley's a huge ticket seller. Then later than when your fight was announced, but James pulled out. Fights were coming off of that card, sort of like left, right, and center. Were you kind of like were you in any way like pressured into taking a fight because of your ability to sort of sell tickets?
um, well, it's not my ability. Look, come here. People come to see me whether they like me or dislike me. Like even Terrence dislikes me, but he's here in the chat. So that's indicative of the fact that people come and watch and people are interested. Was it pressure into the fight? No, it wasn't pressured into the fight. Look, to be honest with you, I was the one. I was the one that was. I was impatient. I was sore. I was fucking grumpy. I was after my
Mm-hmm.
after the fight with Vagina Page. Um, so so it was what it was. I was looking to get back in. Was it the right thing to do? Probably not. Look, I don't. I'm philosophical about it. Like, I don't look at it as a loss. I don't look at it as even a fight. It was like I said, it was just like a conditioning session, just carrying someone on my back for fucking whatever amount of minutes it was. So, you know. But look, come here. I suppose it's good. It's good training for, I suppose, for Terence because he says he's going to stand with me. Like how is he? He says he's going to stand with me. Look, come here. In fairness to Terence, right? As much as I dislike the guy, he seems like a man of his word. He's Now, don't saying that I'm going to be training for someone for his style of fight that he's just going to grapple, try and push me against the cage. But the difference between him and George is George has quick entries. He doesn't. So he has to cover that distance quickly. What he does very well. Is he going to stand? He says he is. I think, like anyone, he's going to feel the first jab and he's going to panic. You know.
Look, it's one of your issues you're going to have going into this fight is not necessarily with Terry, or if you want to call him Terrence or whatever. It's going to be with yourself and the way that you're training for these fights. Because you look at the Lahore fight, you look at the MVP one, you had your fight in June that didn't happen June of last year. It looks like you and John and Dave and SPG are going to have to sit down and look at doing a sort of a different kind of training camp for this one to avoid these injuries.
Well, look, the injuries that I got are just two freak injuries. Two freak injuries. There's nothing to do with, like, it's just shit luck. It was shit luck. It was shit luck ahead of the Lahore fight. My shin pad got caught underneath me, and I just stuck as I was doing this kick, and my leg stayed planted and just popped. Could have happened to anyone. Like, I'm not injury prone. It's not. I very rarely get injuries. And then the issue with my neck, that was just Johnny Walker picked me up and dropped me on my head, and it doesn't matter whether it's nothing to do with your ability to recover or like what have you. I don't get muscular injuries or anything like that. It's just two freak accidents, and that just cut off all the power into my right arm. And only it was the fight it was, I wouldn't have taken it. I'd never go into a fight again with that level of injury. And there's just two freak accidents. It was nothing to do with the fact that I'm injury prone. I don't know where this thing is after coming from. This could have happened to anyone.
Right.
Could have happened to anyone. It was not like, it wasn't as if it's wear and tear or anything like that. One is just, I got caught. My body was going one way, and my leg was going the other. It just got stuck. It's nothing to do. And then the other one was just a velocity injury, just picked up and dropped on my head by a fella who was about 4 stone, heavier than me, and throw a saddle over him.
So, it happens.
So, it could have been better if it had happened to someone else and not me.
Yeah, no, of course.
And it was just like, even the time and just the two fights it was, the two fights it was as well were the two biggest fights. So, and I know people are going to say that, whatchamacallit, that, I'm out there choking at the two top, at the fights, the Lahore fighting thing, and that's not the case. If anything, it shows that I've got balls. Like, I walked into MVP fight. I walked into the Lahore fight with one leg, and I walked into the MVP fight not only with no use of my right arm, but I was in, every time I moved, I was like getting tasered, and that's the only fight that I walked into. And I was there like, I could be in serious trouble here, because I literally couldn't move. I was in extreme pain.
If I can talk about Terrence, whatever you want to call him for a minute, Terrence, for a second, he is a guy that, obviously, when you started calling him out, he was the Bama champion. He was the Lonsdale champion at the time. Now he's not. Like, you've been calling out different names. Why does his name sort of stick in your craw so much?
There's a couple of reasons. Right? I'm going to let you in a secret. I actually don't dislike the guy that much.
Oh,
well,
no.
I can tell you a lie. I do dislike him, right? But I respect him, all right? Because say what you want, he has balls, he's tough. There's resentment there from the initial stages of when I was with Bama. Had the title, he was dismissive of me, and I felt I had his number, and I do feel I have his number. Like I said, I'm not by any means undermining his skills, but he does very well. He's had some great wins, and he's done very well. But this is probably going to be my most important fight in my career. I feel it's like I'm up for this fight more than any other fight. Like, if you had to ask me what fight would I want more between Terrence and MVP, MVP would have gotten just based on the money, but who would have wanted to fight more is Terrence, because the history is there, the animosity is there, the build-up is there, and it's just, I think it'd be a very, very good fight. And he comes, like I said, he comes to fight. He trains hard, and I want to knock him out. That's I want to knock him out, and he wants to knock me out. He
Hmm.
wants to knock me out. He wants to this isn't going to be a fight where I don't think this is going to be a fight where it's going to be like I'm not going to be dancing around
Yeah.
looking to score points and then I'm going to go in there to take him out. I'm going to go in there to take him out in the first round, and that's and he's going to be in there with the same intention. You know,
Uh,
I do know he wants to punch me in the face. I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to push me out and do these little taps. You know, like I think he wants to go in there and knock me out and wants to make a statement. He says he wants to retire me. He said he's going to put a portion of his win purse for charity. I tell you what, if I lose against him, I would retire.
yeah. Well,
So
it's funny you mentioned retirement because obviously, well, it's not obvious to the people watching this, but for you and I spoke to John Kavanagh in New York, right? I think like
yeah,
a week before I left, to the day
yeah,
a week before I left,
yeah.
and he said to me that you were retired. He said that you were done, and I didn't put the clip out because I wanted to talk to you about it first. But
Yeah,
what was the communication there? Had you said to people that you were done after the Hardwick fight?
I walked out and I was like, fucking, that's it. That's it. That's done. And I said, that's fuck's sake, because there is no disrespect to George, but that caliber of fighter shouldn't be beating me, you know. Like, and like I
Sure.
said, that was just that was a good game plan employed as opposed to a difference in skill set. He just like I'd watched his fights. I took it on 2 weeks' notice. So he's a striker. I fucking don't need to be fit. I'll just take him out if he keeps on the feet. And he knew that. He knew that. He closed. If you look at any of his other fights, he's and he said it. He said it in his post-fight interview. He just couldn't get my timing, and you could see him. He was panicking. He just closed the distance. And look, it was a good strategy employed. And again, no disrespect to George. Take my hat off to him. He's a good guy, and I hope he does really well. He's a very good skill set. I've no doubt he will do well. But if we fight that fight another 10 times, I'd knock him out another 10 times. And that's again, I'm not being. I don't mean to be disrespectful to a guy. It is what it is. But so yeah, I did. I said that to John. I was like, that's fucking it. That's fucking. And I said it like that. Um, but you know, and I'll be honest. Like Terrence is the fight I want. Terrence is the fight I want. I'm not gonna. I don't want to take meaningless fights. I don't want to take meaningless fights, and I don't think he wants to take meaningless fights either. Um, and this is the fight that makes sense. He's coming off a loss.
Hmm.
Um, you know, he's had two. I think he's two losses. He's one against Bungard, one against some other guy.
Right.
I think he feels that he hasn't demonstrated his skill set as he can. I'm coming off a loss against Vagina Page as well. So and George. So look, it's the fight that makes sense. There's real interest there. There's real animosity there, and it's going to be a scrap. It's going to be a scrap.
Where are the areas that you can beat him, and do you feel like grappling is going
No,
to
will
be a
you?
big part?
You ask me obvious questions for him.
You think you're gonna knock him out? You think you're gonna hit him with that right hand, and it's gonna be a good night?
If he stays standing, I'll hit him with that. Like people haven't even seen me kick yet.
That's true.
People haven't seen me kick it, and I'm one of the best. Like I'm a really fucking quality kicker, and he lands. He can land one of them. So it depends what he presents. It depends what he presents. So it'd be very. I really feel that he has intentions of standing, but you see the panic on all their faces once they get hit with the first jab, and they see they see how difficult and how hard they hit. They go in for the close, and I've no doubt that he'd be the same. He'd be the same, but he has to get me up against the cage. If he does get me up against the cage, he will pose me problems. He
Obviously,
will
he's
pose me
in
problems.
he's in great shape at the moment. If you look at his Instagram, he's training constantly. He looks great. How are you doing with training at this moment in time?
I'm the face, not the body. What do you mean? My training is going really well. My training is going really well. And my training isn't hard as intensely as Terence. No, I'm not. That's the short answer. But I'm training. I'm ticking over. Like, he looks like he's training to a peak, or maybe he's not. Maybe that's just his everyday thing. That's his deal. Um, Fair play to you, but like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Did
matter.
you see
The
what he just
fight.
said in the chat? He said he'll donate to charity if he tries to take you down.
Sorry.
He said he'll donate money to charity if he tries to take you down.
Fair play to you, Terence. Let's see. I tell you, you're some man. Um, okay, well, look, he's had to sign it on record there, and like he looked very, very silly if he won't. But still going to train for him to wrestle because look, everyone, and like I know, I've no doubt that he means it when he says that. But it's much different in there when you get landed. You know,
Hmm.
you say what you want about me. I have a legitimate one-shot knockout power. And
That's
I've
true.
demonstrated that. I've demonstrated that. And like you've only seen if he does, well then I'll bring the kicks into play as well. And he's going out. He really is going out. So I believe that he means it. Whether he sticks, it was completely different. And like when the survival instinct kicks in when he's in the cage, um, that's a thing. Now, look, we still need Bellator to confirm this fight.
That was my next
Um,
question.
yeah, we need Bellator to confirm this fight. Like, I don't know what's going on with Bellator, but I don't think Bellator know what's going on given the current crisis. I don't know if there's a backlog of fights that have to be put on or what's going to happen. But this is the fight that makes sense. It's a like for Bellator, it's a massive ticket seller. It's two
Yeah.
fellas with exciting styles that are that have that are both, whether we like it or not, have something to prove. You know, like Terence might say that he doesn't have something to prove. He does. He's after coming off two bad losses. I've got something to prove. I'm after coming off two losses. So we need to be proved that we deserve to be in the organisation. I'm still the face of Bellator.
Yeah.
They just don't know.
Somehow.
No, I am. Look, come here, say what you want, but fucking the loss that I have, there's fucking extenuating circumstances behind them. It's not as if, you know, it's not as if I just fucking lost, And like, in fairness to Terence, we've seen him perform, and the ones he's
Yeah.
lost, and he hasn't. The ones he's lost, and he hasn't performed as he can.
Yeah. No, that
Um,
Bungard fight is obviously, he said it himself, and I mean, I'm sure even at some stage Chris would admit that it's kind of an anomaly. It's not the best Terry Brazier.
well, I don't know what like Chris Bungard is a great guy. I
Mm-hmm.
like Chris Bungard. He's a great guy. He's a great fighter. So I'm not gonna try and dilute his win. He beat Terence, and he beat Terence. In a whatchamacallit, he beat him well.
Yeah, finished him,
So,
yeah.
I'll let Terence have this conversation. But what I do know is that like the, the performance that Terence is capable of putting on, I didn't see them in his last two fights. What that means, I don't know. But and likewise, I haven't performed in my last two fights as I would have liked. So this is a chance and look, this is a no-brainer of a fight. It's a massive seller.
Yep.
People have massive interest. People dislike me or they dislike him. More people love me, but like he's definitely more disliked than I am. There's loads of people that dislike me, but there's a lot of people that like me. You like me, don't you?
Of course. Oh man, I wouldn't say like. I would say love. I would say I love you.
That's it. Hug it out, man. Hug it out. Virtual hug. Um, so let's do it.
When did
Let's
you
do
last
it.
talk to Bellator? Obviously, like you said, they're in a particularly difficult situation right now as a small enough business, but obviously they've got the backing of Paramount and things like that. But when did you last speak to them? And I know that your relationship with them isn't the best.
Um, Look, I don't really care about relationship not being the best. Like it's now the business, and the business makes sense.
Mm.
You know? I already said like I can understand why they've been pissed off. Like I pissed off a lot of people by hiding that injury, and I was pissed off at it. It was fucking terrible circumstances and just wrecked me head. But look, the opportunity was the opportunity that I couldn't pass up, and the vagina page wouldn't have taken it again, particularly if I was fully fit.
Mm.
Um, you could see he was rattling the lead up to the fight, and he only copped in there that was injured, and that's when he fucking changed his tune.
So when did you last speak to Bellator then after the fight in Dublin?
I've spoken through Dave and John.
Right,
I've
right.
spoken through Dave and John, like
Because
so.
they're in constant contact, right? Like John is talking to Jude or whoever else every day.
Yeah, yeah. So look, what John says. Look, they don't even know what's going to happen. And look, John's a smart man. John's a
Mm.
smart man. John knows that this fight makes sense. Um, it's a great fight. It's a great scrap to have, and just get
I
it
want to
done,
hear
get it
you.
signed.
I want to hear you talk more smack about Terry. I know that you said that you're better
Terence,
looking than him.
refer to him by his proper name.
I feel like the people in the chat want to see you really go in on Terry. I didn't like when you said you respected him. I think that's
Look,
not
he's the
what that's
hiding.
not what
Look,
people
he
want to
is the
hear from
hiding.
you.
Look. I'm just giving facts. Like I'm not just call. I don't talk smack for the sake of it. He's the hide and seek champion. He's the social distancing champion. He's been fucking social distancing since 2016.
Mm,
Like he was doing it before it was cool.
of course.
You know. So, um, look, I'm dubious as to whether he signed a contract. He says he's going to sign a contract, but I'm dubious as to whether he is. He's like, if he wants it, he needs to call it out. He's saying, I'll fight anyone, I'll fight this. Call it out. Say what you want. If you want to fight, well, then call it out. Put it up and say, I want to fight Richard Kiely, the face of Bellator MMA. If nothing else, I'll be standing beside him, so I'll be good looking by association, which is very difficult to do. And there you go. That's it. Say what you want. And I'll say, yeah, I want to fight. I'm ready to go. Like you're saying, oh, yeah, I'll fight you. But then he's going up, he wants to fight. It was Lewis Long or Lewis something or Tim Lewis, something like that.
Lewis Long, is it?
No, not Lewis Long. Something, whatever he's saying, but like,
Right.
call it out. Say, I want to fight. This is the fight that I want. Let's make it happen. Dublin, the biggest card of the year, in Europe. After this, after this place is locked down, Dublin will be absolutely wild. It'll be wild. It'll be mad. And for this fight, it'll be even wilder. because this has been on the build for years now, and now it's time to make it happen. It's time to make it happen. You've been dodging me for a long time. Now it's time to make it happen.
Can you see the chat? Can you see him typing and flagging you off?
No, what's he saying? Can he type?
Yeah, I think so. Like they can like comment in their live comment, but he said, "Shame you didn't social distance from MVP's knee."
You what?
He said, "Shame you didn't social distance from MVP's knee."
He'd be a great man to have around after a crisis.
Yeah. So how are you coping with this crisis? By the way, I'm sick to death of talking about it, but yeah, it seems like it's particularly difficult for athletes and stuff like that, not knowing when you're going to be back, not knowing when you're going to be able to go to the gym and spar.
Yeah, so I'm getting out. I'm doing a lot of hill running at the moment, so I'm getting out. So that kind of breaks the monotony, and then I've other things going on. I'm doing a bit of work, and then I'm studying as well. So I'm kind of structuring my day, keeping routine going, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's very irritating. So if I'm irritated, well then I just get on to Instagram and I just irritate Terence. Makes me feel better. Makes me feel better about life.
Yeah, of course. You're running around like Tala and sort of that sort of area?
So it's mountains. So I'm not going to tell you where I live. I'll have people doing knickknacks on me there just to annoy me. People I'm not irritating. But yeah, so I live just the foothills of the mountains. There's a 2.5 kilometer with a very, very steep gradient. So I'm running up that on a daily, and doing body weight exercise, shadow boxing, working a lot on my kicking actually, doing a lot more kicking, and so yeah, it's look, Mayor, it's not the worst. Like there's no point in complaining about it. There's people out there that like, people on the front line are doing tremendous work. So
he said he's gonna retire you. I'm not.
Yeah.
Are you not able to see these messages coming at the bottom of the screen?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, he's still in here. He's still slagging you off. He says he's gonna retire.
He said he can't slag. He's a fucking knuckle dragger. He probably has someone feeding him lines or something.
Oh my gosh. I'm just trying to stir the pot. I'm trying to do, because I was telling you on the DM, I was like, this is what Aaron
Does his picture show up when he comments?
Yeah.
He's ugly, isn't he?
I think
he's not great looking.
No,
he's a model for balaclavas, isn't he?
I like to agree with you on pretty much everything, Richie. But I met him in June that time, and I thought he was a pretty handsome guy. I don't know if he was the face, if he was handsome as the face of Bellator.
If ever there was a man that looked like he got punched in the mouth for living his parents.
I don't agree with that, but I was saying when I DM'd you, I was like, "Oh, Ariel Hawani's doing this. I gotta get on this like Instagram Live." And I'm trying to do what he does and like stir the pot and cause some fights. I want Terry to slap me next time I see him.
You slap who?
I want Terry to slap me like Nick Diaz did with Ariel Hawani. Remember he said
to slap you. Donna, have you ever seen him strike?
Remember he said you get slapped.
Have you ever seen him strike? You'd see the fight coming a mile away. You'd see the punch coming a mile away. You'd be, geez, and tying your shoelaces, and by the time he threw it, and he wouldn't land on you. He's fucking too slow.
No, but seriously,
he'd probably go in and give you a hug. That's what he'd probably do.
No, I think I think Terry, and I would love to do one of these with Terry. I mean, he's got me on here, so he can message me. But yeah, I'm just trying to wind. I'm trying to get this.
Terence, referred to him by his proper title.
Is that his real name? I don't know. But yeah,
that is his real name.
Yeah, there's another guy in here who really doesn't like you at all. He's slagging you. Staff Sueno. I really probably should know who this guy is. I'm sure he probably is a fighter or something, but because he's got a picture of a fighter in his profile. But I haven't.
Well, the fact that you don't even know him and I don't know him, he's irrelevant.
Talk to me a bit about the MVP fight, about the aftermath of that. You obviously went straight in for surgery. You had that injury.
I didn't get surgery in the end.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get surgery in the end. It was a very invasive procedure, and I wanted to see if it would heal itself. And I was told there's a chance that it will. The chance is low, but it has, and I'm very lucky, and I'm delighted that it has.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a really difficult period. Jesus Christ, the pain. That's like, I've done a lot of injuries, like broken bones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the worst pain. So I get tasered on a constant basis. So I was on fucking opiates, sleeping tablets, I was sleeping for 20 minutes, going from the bed to the ground. That's the only, and it was only when I was exhausted I was only getting sleep, and only get 20 minutes.
This is before the fight or after?
Just before, 8 weeks before the fight.
Jesus.
8 weeks before the fight. In the fight, the pain, I was in a lot of pain.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was ground and pounding me, like everything that he hit me with was covered, but every time he hit me, it was like jarring down the back of my neck, and it was like fucking just getting electrocuted and the fucking pain. Um, and then even my mobility, if you even see how I threw a kick, my back was like rigid. It's like normally the hip, you move the hip and it's fluid. My back was rigid, and he saw it in there. I know he saw it in there, and that's when he started. That's when I gave him the finger. I was there. Fuck you.
Yeah, and you got fined for that, right? I mean, you talk about how that fight was obviously a big money spinner for you, but it wasn't as big a money spinner as it could have been.
No, two of us got fined, but then I took it well. I took the fine well. Your man goes, the commissioner would say, like, see the way you flip the bird at
Yeah.
MVP. That's going to cost you thousands. I was like, no. And then he goes, put it there. So I shook his hand. He goes, see the way you have to shake my hand? He goes, I'm going to let you over that fine. So I was there. That's sound.
It's hard to gauge, considering the pain you were in at the time. It's hard to gauge kind of how hard MVP hits, right? Even though you've been in there with him, because obviously you had different factors. So
the whatchamacallit, I remember trying to, like, even there, I wasn't even concentrating on him in the fight. I remember trying to concentrate on blocking out the pain. I was there like, all right, I could feel it going through. I was there like, come on, relax, calm down, and just try and relax and get some fluidity into my movement. And that's just an in-between time. And as my concentration was broke, that's when he entered. Like, I wasn't even knocked out. Like, he dropped me, but I saw the flash. I dropped. I could have gotten back up, but the ref waved it off. And look, I've no complaints about that. I wasn't in a position to be able to offer any more. The only thing I was hoping, I was being deliberately antagonistic in the lead up, even more antagonistic than normally, hoping that he'd come out blazing and I'd be able to catch him with a left hook. And that was the only hope that I had of when it was the only weapon that I had. And look, he just kept his distance. He was too, but he wasn't as fast as I thought. I remember being in there. He wasn't as fast as I thought he was going to be, and I couldn't close the distance or even move. I was hoping for him to just catch him on the way in with a left hook. It's my only chance of winning that fight.
well, am I gone or is Richie gone? All right. That could be it. That could be all we have. Could be all for this live stream. He seems to have disappeared. But that was pretty good. That was pretty good first. But yeah, that was fun. That's a lot of fun. Oh, Richard's gone. Okay, Terry, you still there? Do you want to join the live, Terry? Let's see if I can add you. Oh, we're man down. Cheers, right? Terry, do you want to come on here and react? If you don't want it, it's cool. I understand it's a lot of pressure. Oh, here we go. He sent the request. All right. Here we are. We're man down. I love it, Rana. Okay, here he is. This is beautiful. This is live. Broadcasting, I suppose. Okay. Oh, here he is, the man of the hour. I would hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. That's a whole lot better. Oh my gosh.
Mate.
That was surprising. I didn't expect Richie to say he respected you so much. You know, it's not really his style.
Yeah, he can't not. Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? It's like MVP took the fight because at the end of the day, there's a lot tougher people to fight for the money. Do you know what I mean? So, I feel that's an easy fight for me. And you know, by the time this virus thing's over and we'll be able to fight again, you know, it's going to be almost a year that I've been out. So it'd be a perfect first fight back for me. Nice little bit of money in the bank. You know, and I see it being an easy fight, to be honest. So of course I'm going to sign and hide. I don't know about the hide and seeking because, you know, I've been in plain sight the whole time, just saying, you know, send me the contract, I'll sign. When I was at Bama, obviously it wasn't a fight that was that made any sense at the time. Do you know what I mean? I'd fought everyone, and it was like, I'm not gonna like rise, you know, or like stoop that low. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas as now, you know, like you know, you can't deny I'm coming off a loss. I had a bad year last year, 2 out of 3. I lost, so of course I'd take that fight as my first fight back. And him, you know, he's got to respect me. Let's be honest. Come on, look at his record. He's talked his way for a career. Do you know what I mean? But everyone's heard it now. It's the same shit. But, you know, if he can make it happen, of course I'll sign. That, you know, but at the same time, if they sent me a contract for, you know, the Irish Zombie, Peter Kiely, then of course I'd sign that.
Sure.
I'd sign to fight Pitbull. Do you know what I mean? I'd fight any lightweights in the division. But as a, you know, a manager would love that fight. If that contract lands on our table, then yeah, of course we're going to sign, because, you know, it gets money in the bank. It gets another win on my record, and then, you know, a year out, be a lovely first fight back. You know, Peter Kiely, you know, we were matched up and we were due to fight. Yeah. So, you know, that's someone I'd love to fight. Again, like, you know, I respect the guy. He's a nice guy. And it'd be a great fight, and everyone knows it'd be a great fight. So, you know, to be called up for a fight like that would be great.
Obviously, hey, how's it going? How's things? So when I saw you in June, obviously this was the fight that was supposed to be Peter Kiely. I think you fought not Bungard, in London in June. You fought an Italian guy, wasn't
Italian fella, Botti.
Yeah. Obviously different kind of fight than Kiely. Obviously, of course, for this fight in Dublin, which looks like, I mean, God knows if that's going to go ahead. But, you know, this
Well,
is...
look, at the end of the day, it's like the last Irish card. There were so many lightweights on it. I literally done a fight camp for that. You know, I didn't have anything booked, and I don't have anything better to do with my time, so I just basically done a fight camp for that card, hoping that I'd get a late call out, and I didn't.
Why did Chris Bungard get called when you didn't?
Pardon?
Why did Chris Bungard get called for the replacement for Brent Primus instead of you?
You tell me. Maybe they want Primus. Maybe they want Primus to win. Maybe I'm a lot. You know, maybe Bungard's cheaper than I am. Who knows?
Yeah, God knows. But when I saw you there, you know, you were supposed to be matched up with Peter. Obviously, he's got a matchup for this fight in October. He's got Pitbull. It's a huge fight. He's in the main event. So it seems like
if I don't get matched for that fight, if I don't get matched for that card, I'll train for that. I'll train for that card. 100%.
Seems like you might as well just take the fight with Richie then.
100%. Oh yeah, look, like I said, if the contract landed on my table, then I'd sign it in an instant.
But why wouldn't you text Jude? Like obviously you're talking, like, we're having a good job, but why wouldn't you, like, pick up the phone and text Jude and say...
Listen, look, Jude does what Jude does. That's like, I don't think anything I say to him is going to sway that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
He's got his plan. He's a matchmaker. That's his job. He doesn't need fighters telling him what matches to make, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? At the same time, listen, Richie's been calling me out for years, and he gets on my tits, and I genuinely believe the only way I'm going to get him off my back is by knocking him out in Dublin. That's why I'm not saying I'm going to beat him. I'm going to knock him out.
Right.
And I'm telling you now, I will not win that fight by submission. I will not take him down. If I take him down in the first round, then I will donate to charity. I've already said that.
I've seen someone in the chat say, well, first off, I've seen Tobias, my friend here, from a night out one time. He said, I'm not still in New York, but I've seen someone else say, do you see this as a possible trilogy? I feel like this is one of those fights where whether you win or whether Richie wins, I think we're not going to want to see it again. I think it's going to be one of these ones that's done pretty quickly.
Mate, it's going to be... Look, at the end of the day, like I say, if it lands on my desk, I'll sign. I'll come to Dublin, because that's the only place it will be, because of, you know, he needs that Dublin support. He needs to put in the crowd. Mm-hmm. So Dublin's the only place it will be, and I'll sign in an instant. And like, I'll stick to my word. If I shoot for a takedown in the first round, if I try and take him down, I will donate a portion of my win bonus to charity. And that's what I said, because it's the same. Listen, MVP is a level above Richard Kiely. Do you know what I mean? They're both strikers, but there's different levels. Yeah, he took that fight because it's just easy money. It's a good day at the office. You could fight. Look, at the end of the day, my price is my price. I get paid what I get paid. So whether it says Peter Kiely or Richard Kiely on it, well, Peter Kiely is going to be a war, and it's going to literally. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be in terms of like moving forward in my career, earning money, and the rest of it. Obviously, the Richard Kiely fight makes sense. But at the same time, if they both landed on my desk at the same time, as a fighter, I'd sign to fight Peter Kiely.
But obviously, that's not a fight that's realistic, at least for the rest of the year.
Business, and then you've got fighter heart. Do you know what I mean? Like, what fighters want to do isn't necessarily the best business, if that makes sense.
No, of course. But what I'm saying is, he's in a matchup, so it's not really something worth it's I suppose if Pitbull pulls out, I suppose then it's a fight we're talking about. But
yeah.
Realistically, obviously I'm a media guy first and foremost, and then a fan. Obviously, And as a fan, as a media person, I think you versus Richie is the fight people have wanted to see for a long time.
Yeah. Well, like I say, it's been going on years, and the only way I'm going to shut him up is by knocking him out. Do you know what I mean? We all know that I can just take him down and choke him out and ground
Sure.
pound him, but I'm saying I will knock him out.
To be fair, I suppose it's not like if you were to just go in and sort of take him down and whatever, like we
Listen,
saw that
I'd
his
fight
last
him
fight, we
in
saw it against
kickboxing.
Alex.
If I got paid what I got paid from Bellator, I'd fight him in kickboxing.
Bellator
MMA gloves
kickboxing.
on.
Yeah, look,
You can't doubt. Listen, I'll just box him. I'm telling you. I'll make it an exciting fight. If I beat him just by taking him down and choking him out or wrestling him, it's going to be boring for everyone. I'll knock him out and I'll make it exciting.
So do you see it as a first round knockout? Do you see kind of having to sort of feel him out a little bit, or do you think you're finishing him in the first round?
For every round that goes on, another $5,000 I'm gonna win by now to charity. Record it, I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh, you can't see the chat either, right? Or I don't know what it's like when you can't see the chat either, right? Richie's in here slagging off. He said,
I'm not raising it because it's my boy's staff. And I feel like I was sitting there in the garden under the patio listening to him waffle shit, and it was boring me to death. He hasn't even got the same snap in his bullshit. He used to talk shit back in the day, and it was interesting and it was funny, you know. And his punches are a bit snappy. And now he's just like a fat man in the wrong division. You know, his bullshit's as quick as his fucking jab. It's shit. For every jab he hits me with. Another £500 of charity. Let's go.
I know that's it.
I'm confident.
Man, this is such an exciting fight. I can't wait. Have you talked to Bellator in the last while about sort of what your situation is in terms of are they going to fight?
No,
are you going to be able to fight?
I know my own value, and I honestly believe they know my own value. Last year was a bad year for me. Loads of crazy shit going on. I took silly fights. I discharged myself from hospital and took fights. Just being really irresponsible with my career and paid the price for it. I was on a 10-fight win streak before I signed with Bellator, and obviously I had a bit of a bad year last year. So I'm excited to show what I'm really made of. And they know what I'm made of. Jude sat there all my whole career and he knows what I'm made of. And so I'm leaving it to him. If he wants to match me, he knows he can match me with anyone, and I will make it a fight. Unless you've got someone that literally wants to hold my legs. Do you know what I mean? He did.
Absolutely.
Listen, if you score them rounds, how many times he got hit and how many times I got hit? Yeah, he took me down, but he was literally stalling the whole fight. So whatever, you know, it's been a gone, and I'm a bit bitter about that. But at the end of the day, you match me with the right person, someone that wants to fight, and you'll be entertained.
Look, anyone from SPG is going to be a good matchup if that's what you're looking for. Peter, Richie, anybody, Kiefer Crosby, I don't know, whoever, but like they're not going to be.
Oh look,
Kiefer
Crosby's another lad. Every time I've seen him, respectful, he's nice. The guy turns up and he fights. You know, he's making his way down to lightweight, so I'll meet him whatever weight he wants to fight. Listen, match me with any of them Irish boys, I'll fight. I don't care. I know they come to fight. They know I'll come to fight. Last time I fought in the free arena, I come out to an arena full of booze, but I left to an arena full of cheers. You know what I mean? So I'm good to go.
Do you know what's so annoying is I don't think Instagram lets you put on more than one person at one time. So if I want to talk to Richie again, I have to let you go. If I want to talk to you,
you need to do that Zoom. The Zoom thing.
Yeah, I think that's the.
But then I don't think you can broadcast it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but either way, I'd love to get you back on and have a bit more of a longer sort of discussion, maybe down the road in a couple of days or next week or whatever. But sure, I'll send you a DM. But I'm going to let you go now if that's all right. What's your final message to Richie before I let you go?
Yeah, nice one. All right, mate.
What's the last thing you want to say to Richie before I
go? Just whatever. Just send me contacts. I'll sign it.
All right. Talk to you later, mate.
Nice one.
Beautiful. Great. Cheers. See you later. All right, if Richie is still here, I can add him right now. I can put him back in, and we can go. Here he is, request, add. There you are. There.
That absolute troglodyte, oh my God. He needs to put a filter on that camera before he comes live again. He is quite possibly the ugliest man. And was he giving out about people holding his legs? He's made a career out of it. He used to spoon and champ. He made a career out of spooning people and whispering into their ear and fucking. I reckon there's a bit of a in him the way he spoons people. How dare he even fucking? How dare he accuse people of saying that you spoon me, man? That's all he's made a career of. The chap is actually delusional. Apart from being very, very ugly, you can tell that the blows to the mouth is after fucking really affecting his cognitive functions because he's actually deluded. He really is deluded that if he thinks that. But come here, listen. By all means, let him stand with me. If he lasts around, I swear to God, I am dead. If he lasts around or retire, if he lasts around with me, I'd retire. If he stays true to his word and he lasts around with me, I'd retire. He's too slow. He's too stuck in the mud. Like it's like he's stuck in the matrix. It's like do you ever see someone punching in water? That's what he looks like when he's punching. Like you can see him coming from a mile away. He enters with his chin up, which you can tell. You don't even have to fucking be into fighting to know that he fights with his fucking face going forward. He gets punched in that much. Like he's overrated. He's not good enough. Come here, and this has to be all smack talk. And as from saying like Bellator knows his word, he's coming off 2 losses. That sounds like he's looking for an excuse or a way out again. Right? That's what's going to happen. He's probably going to say he's going to hide behind this, like, oh, fucking, they're not going to pay me word. He has a contract there. Just take the fucking fight. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it to punch him in the mouth. So look, if that's what he's saying, he's talking bullshit. He's talking bullshit. He's already angling for a way out. I can envisage it already. That's going to be his excuse for not taking the fight. Oh, the Bellator. Just take the fucking fight. It's going on fucking 4 years. I'll give you at the end of a few quid if you want.
Oh my gosh! What do you want to bet that man? You got to get looking at this chat. He says, "What do you want to bet that he won't last around?"
I'll tell you what, right? Here's the bet. If we stay standing, here's the bet, Terence, right? If you want to stay standing, legitimately you're talking. If you want to stay standing and you beat me on the feet, okay? Whoever wins on the feet, winner gets the purse. How's that? Man. You get my purse or I'll get your purse. How's that? My money is just I put my money where my mouth is. Whoever wins, if we stay on the feet, whoever wins, that gets the winner's purse.
Man, this is so exciting. I got a text from someone there, like I said, someone who I didn't expect to be watching this MMA chat, and they're in the States, and they said that they are, this is someone I know, and they said that they are on team Terry after watching this. I don't know about that, but he said he'll match your purse.
Leave him to it. You'll match my purse, cool, deal, whatever. That's found, right? Whatever you want, Terence. So have we got a deal?
I think. Well, I obviously have to fill the air now.
I'm not saying. No, come here, listen. He's after saying, right? You match my purse, right? So I'm assuming he's implying there that he is a higher purse than me, right? Which let's say that's the case. Fair enough. You match my purse, but if he's so confident, why isn't he betting his whole purse? If he's so confident, why isn't he? You're just telling me to put my money where my mouth is. I'm not to put my money where my mouth is. You don't even have to give it to me. You can give it to charity.
It's going to be a lot of charities needed after this. From either
of course. But like, if he wants me to put my money, I'm not to put my money where my mouth is. I said the winner gets the other person's purse, and you can give it to charity. Do whatever you want with it.
Right. I don't want to keep you on for too much longer. This has been so much fun, though. I never want to stop Instagram Live. But yeah, no. So he said charity. He said that sounds good.
Great. Cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. Just get the fight signed. And it's going to be. I actually feel sorry for him now that he's going to get knocked out, lose his purse, and he'll still be ugly after this fight. If
people want to ask any questions, I think we're going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes. But yeah, I hope you're keeping well, Richie. I hope you're staying safe and everyone and Derry's doing okay. It's a mad time at the moment, and this is really keeping me going. This trash talking.
Yeah, well, it's not trash talk. It is what it is. Like, so I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to seeing if he actually does take the fight, and doesn't look for a way out with the contract or something stupid like that.
Oh, my friend Paulie just asked a great question. How about we do the chosen? How about we each choose a charity right now for each fighter if they whatever mad rules you're coming up with. 2 seconds ago it was I won't take them down. Now it's every round we go. There's more. Look, we're going to come up with a rule set. We're going to.
What's he saying? What's he saying now?
No, so someone in the chat has said you should each choose a charity now for the other person to have to pay. So if you lose, then you'll have to pay this charity, and if he loses, because then I don't know. But
yeah, well, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but like, yeah, I tell you what, we do
we'll
one.
Work it out.
Yeah, we do one next time. Like, I'm happy.
Good idea, though. I like that idea. I like this idea of saving some. I reckon, look, there's going to be a lot of charities needing it, so I think this is a good bit of fun. But then again, now I feel bad. I'm on the side of the fighters. I don't want you losing your purses. I don't like this.
No, I don't. I'm not doing, like, come here. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this to knock out Terence.
Sure.
So, and look, come here. Look, it doesn't matter if it's going to charity. That's money well spent. It really is. It's money well spent. So, so there won't be any losers out of that.
All right. Finally, Richie, I'm going to let you go on this one, unless anyone has any other questions. Final message to Terence down the camera. He's in the chat. He's watching this. What is your message to Terence Brazier, whatever you want to call him?
Terence, sign the contract and turn up. Don't go missing. Don't make an excuse. It's very simple. It's not rocket science. You have to go missing for the last 3 or 4 years. So just turn up October, sign the contract, get knocked out, send your money to charity, and you'll have done your good deed for the year. Sorted.
Fantastic. Well, look, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for doing this, Richie. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Look forward to catching
Cheers,
up.
man. It's good to have you back.
It's good to
Good to have you back.
Good to be. I'll get out to Tala soon. If I'll get out to SPG Tala, we'll hang out. I'll do a sparring session with you.
SPG HQ or SPG Tala, either or is good.
Yeah, we'll do a little sparring session. We'll do super heavyweight versus welterweight. And yeah, look, I will talk to you later. And
All right, man. Talk to you later.